TNT, and we what was that, Kerwin? We have some Hollywood footage, do we not?
Yes, we do indeed.
With the magnificent Muraco.
Yes, we're going to take a visit with him and
have you seen this yet?
A little of it.
I think we're going to be in for a rare treat. Speaking of a rare treat, would you please welcome a very rare individual, Captain Louis Albano. The Slammy's coming up soon, Capper, and you're in the running for, what is it, the best single vocal performance on the wrestling album?
Best single, best character, that's...
well, you're also in the running for that, yes?
Yes, some say that I'm not wrapped too tight. Captain Lou, Captain Lou.
Now, Lou, did you strain yourself at all? I know you've hurt yourself from time to time in the wrestling ring. When you're actually doing the Captain Lou Albano version, Captain Lou, it seems like there was a bit of a guttural...
Well, I've got, my voice projects. It comes from the esophagus down deep inside, and I bring that up through the esophagus, down through the larynx, and I've been known to be a bass tenor with a high C. I've brought music, you know, I've done for music what I've done for wrestling. I mean, I brought this wrestling album from a high C to a low C to a -8 to an octave 9. I made it what it is today. Perhaps one of the most successful albums in the world today, Vince. All
right, we're going to take a look at, speaking of success, a little success that you've done in terms of MS, in terms of fundraising. And we'll take you now to an event last Tuesday.
I want to thank Vince McMahon and the World Wrestling Federation for hiring George the Animal Steel, Freddie Blassie, Bobby Heenan, Roddy Piper's, Hulk Hogan's. You've got them all behind Captain Lou Albano. I mean, you've got Gorilla Monsoon. You've got everyone in the World Wrestling Federation that said, Captain, they said, like you or don't like you, we're going to knock out this old ugly disease. And believe you me, the 2 million people that have it will not have MS for long, because we're going to dedicate our lives, and we're going to do the best to knock out multiple sclerosis. And I want to thank my co-chairman and my good friend Cyndi Lauper, along with David Wolf, for what they've done for multiple sclerosis. I want to say God bless you all. I love you. Thank my family, and thank you all. Let's knock out MS. Let's hit it.
All right, Capper. Capper, how the Bulldogs doing, by the way?
The Bulldogs, Vince, are without a doubt the finest combined effort I've ever seen. They're men that stand about 6 foot tall and have a combined weight of 467 pounds, excuse me, and they're in a peak of condition. I've never seen men with better wrestling knowledge and balance and leverage, and they've got it all together. They are great, great, great athletes. I can't express them in any other way.
Okay, back with more TNT. Lou Albano's still with us, and the Captain, you've just completed a television show entitled 227. I thought you were very good. Did you see it, Alfred?
Yes, it's for NBC, Vince, and I'm sorry, Alfred, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's he's accustomed to that.
Okay, it follows Golden Girls with Molly Gibbs and Hal Williams.
And you did a film?
We did a film,
Wise Guys. That's going to be released, I think, maybe this summer. I'm not sure.
They said possibly late spring or summer, and that's what Danny DeVito...
Right, now, in your own humble opinion, what sort of actor do you think the magnificent Muraco is, and Mr. Fuji?
Well, I believe Muraco has talent, and Mr. Fuji has talent, but I believe they're... You know, I don't feel any of us are capable of saying we're great actors or great talent. I mean, let's face it, we've all got a learning process. We can all learn plenty.
Well, we've seen the learning process here on TNT with Mr. Muraco and Mr. Fuji. They went out to Hollywood to find an agent. And this is what happened.
This is it, the Walk of Fame, Hollywood, all the beautiful people. One of these days, one of these stars are going to belong to us. But first, we've got to find an agent. I got just the agent, Marty Gildenfine.
Never heard of Marty. Who's Marty?
He handles all the big names in Hollywood.
Going to represent you and I?
Well, not yet, but once he sees Fuji General and Fuji Bandito, and especially Fuji Chan,
Lots of money,
He's
huh?
as smart as he's supposed to be.
Very
He'll
good.
pick us
Very good. I like it.
I'm the magnificent Muraco. This is Mr. Fuji. We're internationally famous wrestlers, actors, directors, producers, cartoon stars, you name it.
Oh, well, do you have an appointment?
Well, no, but once he sees what we got to offer, he'll be more than happy to see us.
Well, turns out we have a cancellation of appointments, so I'm sure Mr. Geldenfein will be able to see you. Won't you please have a
This
seat?
is his lucky
Very
day.
good, huh?
Mr. Geldenfein? Yes, we have a Mr. Muraco and a Mr. Fuji to see you.
Wow, did you get a load of this pad? Didn't I tell you this was Hollywood? Didn't I tell you this is what was happening? That Vince McMahon and TNT don't know what's going on.
This is so beautiful. All white. Look like snow all the time for Mr. Fuji. Confucius say, man who has patience, huh? While fishing, will catch more fish, so we'll catch the right agent. You understand?
I'm working on it.
Very good. Hey, boy, son, how long you wait here for agent boss?
Oh, about 3 days.
3 days. Oh.
Gentlemen, Mr. Geldenfein will see you.
Ah,
He must
we
have-
have the
He must
connection.
know who we are.
Sorry, boy, son.
How do you do?
And you gentlemen are,
Well, I'm the magnificent Muraco, of course, and this is Mr. Fuji, international
meet you.
wrestling stars.
Nice to meet you.
And as of late, producers, directors, and actors.
oh, very good. What can I do for you gentlemen?
Well, lately we've been involved in TNT, and we've produced what I believe 3 epic pieces. One entitled Fuji General, another entitled Fuji Bandito, and the third latest and greatest entitled Fuji Chan. We've come to Tinseltown all the way here to Hollywood to allow you to become our agent.
Oh, that's nice, that's nice. Look, let's sit down and let's discuss
All right,
this.
we got some tape for you. Mr. Fuji.
Okay,
You will love this tape.
Okay, thanks,
Good piece of work.
good. Let's see what this is all about here. I mean,
Show 'em what this goes all
oh,
about.
this is pretty good. It's supposed to be good, huh?
Yeah, oh, this is super.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Or you wouldn't have taken it from me. Like you did at the nurse's station. Now, please, you love me, please.
What a joke.
What a soap. What's so funny? Haven't you got
Hey,
any
look,
taste?
this is the worst piece of trash I've ever seen in my life, guys.
Trash?
Yes,
We
trash.
put our blood, our sweat, our tears into this effort. What do you know about talent?
Look, I know a lot about talent, and this isn't talented.
You call yourself an agent? Who are you agent for? Arnold the Pig? Benji the Dog?
Look, guys, why don't you go back to wrestling? You're never going to be a producer. You're never going to be a director.
I'm great at wrestling. I'm great at directing. I'm great at acting.
I'm sorry, but not in this company. You'll never be great. In Hollywood, you never can make it. You can't even make it in
You
Cleveland.
have no idea what talent is. You one day will regret this moment because you're going to be
Look,
hungry
guys, do me a
and
favor.
work
Why'd
with
you
me.
get out of my office?
Don't get out of my office.
Just get out of my
Don't
office.
make it
I'm telling you right now, get out of my office.
Muraco. What kind of American agent is?
That goofball. He wouldn't know talent if it came up and bit him right where
I know what you're thinking. Very good.
where his brains are.
Yeah. You don't recognize good talent like you and me?
What did he get so mad about? Who said this guy was a top agent? I can't believe it. They sent us a top agent. The guy turns out to be a flunky.
Yeah. He's so mad. Confucius said, he who goes through madness goes through temporary insanity. When come down to reality, he know he make big fool of himself. Understand, boss?
Huh?
You very confused too, huh?
Yeah.
Very confused, but we will get our turn.
I understand. I understand. It's all coming clear to me now. What we have to do, somebody out here, there has to be a genius somewhere in Hollywood. We will go to all the major studios.
Oh, name it,
We
name
will
it,
take
name it, name
Fuji
it.
General, Fuji Bandito, and Fuji Chan to all the major studios through Hollywood, and somebody out here is bound to make themselves millions off of our creation.
Oh, lots of zany. Very, very good. You thinking. I'm very
Power of
happy
the
now.
yen will go up.
I'm very happy now.
Send a thank you note to Confucius. We're here to see the head man.
What's your name?
I mean, what's my name? I'm the magnificent Muraco. This is Mr. Fuji. We're international stars. Professional wrestlers. Now we're turned to producing and directing and starring in our own films.
Gentlemen, I've never heard of you before, and you want to see Mr. Johnson, who's in charge of the studio here, and to do that, you need an appointment, and I don't see your name on the list here. So that means you don't have an appointment.
Have you heard of TNT?
No, sir.
You heard of Vince McMahon?
No, sir.
You ever watch Fuji General?
No, sir.
Fuji Bambino?
Sir, I don't know anyone.
Fuji
I have no idea what you're
What's
talking
the matter, you
about.
boy? So you don't have television in your house? You sleep in closet all the time?
Gentlemen, all I know is that to get an
You're missing the
appointment...
greatest series ever.
Gentlemen, to get an appointment with Mr. Johnson, you have to have your name on this list. Now, your name's not on the list, so no appointment. I'm sorry, you can't get by me.
We've been to MGM. We've been to Universal. We've been to Paramount. Now we're at Raleigh Studios. We can't blow this one, Fuji.
Don't worry.
How much yen you got on you?
Confucius say, money. Ah, I'm digging. Ha, money. We're opening faster than key for door. You understand? We're getting door faster.
Whatever.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Can I help you, gentlemen?
yeah, we're here to see the main man.
What's your names, please?
Oh, here we go.
I can't believe it.
Where have you been? I'm magnificent Muraco. This is Mr. Fuji, international wrestling stars, producers, directors, actors.
Well, look, Mr. Howard's the head of the studio, but he doesn't see anybody without an appointment. Do you have one?
Look, we know Christmas time sometimes gets a little bit rough. The kiddies don't get all the goodies they want. The Christmas tree's a little bare. We can make life very happy and very interesting for you and the rest of your family.
Are you trying to offer me a bribe?
No, it's not a bribe. It's not a bribe. It's a personal favor that we're doing you by letting this studio
All right.
grow.
Look, you clowns. I want you off the studio right now.
What do you mean? You're just like you get his name and get his number.
Let's go.
When we take over Hollywood,
You want me to call the cops? I'll call the cops.
Don't call it. When we take over Hollywood, you're losing a job. Hold it.
What?
That goof Hulk Hogan.
Nah.
He's filming his cartoon show tomorrow at CBS.
Ooh, very good. For not having these little Japanese sneak attack on him, huh? Very good surprise, element of surprise. It's very good, you know, boy, son.
Magnificent Muraco primetime players will make it.
Very.
Thank you, Vera. Thank you, Kay.
Oh, you look
Debbie.
wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you. That's terrific. What the world? What is this? Thank you, ladies.
Here we are, Mean Gene. Just in time.
What is this? Mr. Muraco, Mr. Fuji, this is Hulk Hogan's Rocket Wrestling. What are you gentlemen doing here?
Well, we realize you're filming Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, and knowing, of course, what great actors we are, what great skills we have, we've come to bail you out.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry. From the producers of this program, I have no assignments for you. There's no scripts with either one of you written in. So I just don't see that there's a place here for the two of you.
You can always use
Well, I can appreciate that. Great talent. Yes, Murph, what is it? Oh, sure. Great. Gentlemen, on second thought, I believe we do have something for you. All right? Come on in if you would.
Scene 335, take 3. Quiet on the set, please.
All right, this is going to be a take, guys. Hi again, Mean Gene here, and it's Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling with special guests of ours this week from Sunset Beach, Hawaii, the magnificent Muraco, and of course at his side, his manager, sometimes partner from Osaka, Japan, Mr. Fuji. Gentlemen, we know about your wrestling exploits. Welcome to Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
It's your pleasure for us to be here, Mean Gene.
I'll tell you what, I've got a little piece of correspondence that I would like to share with you, gentlemen.
Fan letter.
Yes, it is. It is a fan letter. It is from Mikey Meliani from Simi Valley, California. We've heard from Mikey before, and quite obviously, according to this correspondence, Mr. Fuji, he has seen Dot and yourself in Fuji General, Fuji Chan, Fuji Bandito, and of course, your acting prowess.
Good kid.
It says, Dear Don and Mr. Fuji, Love and kisses from a wonderful fan. That's a little heavy. Hope you enjoy. A little something for you in the box. Perhaps you'd like to open up. A little Mikey.
Good boy, good boy.
Terrific, terrific.
Helpful hints for bad actors.
This cartoon watching Mikey. What does he know? He's watching Hulk. You haven't seen the last of Magnificent Muraco.
Oh, I'm sorry, gentlemen.
I wonder who wrote that book. Helpful hint for bad actors. I don't know.
It goes to show we can all use help. That's.
Yes, but now what do you think? Is there any hope at all for Muraco and Fuji? It looks to me like, I don't know, Hollywood certainly doesn't want them.
Well, I guess that's saying where there's a will, there's a way. If you keep it persistent enough, perhaps something will come along, they may get a break. But they're going to need a little help.
Well, they could perhaps make it in England, though. I would think they would take anyone over there. Alfred?
They might do. It's possible, you know, but you have to give Muraco and Fuji an A for effort, surely. I mean, they might be learning something. Don't you think so?
Well, learning and they're persistent enough. And
you have to give them an A for effort?
Yes, definitely.
How do you spell effort with an A? I thought it was with I thought effort was with a, what is it, effort?
When we return, we will have with us a gentleman who no doubt puts out all kinds of effort, as a matter of fact, every time he steps to the ring, Tito Santana. We'll be right back. Earlier on, we had as our guest Lou Albano, and of course we saw the Hollywood piece from the magnificent Muraco, who's perhaps a little bit less than magnificent after that piece. And right now we'd like to have a nice TNT welcome for our next guest, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana. El Matador! I understand back in Mexico, you had when you were a youngster, you used to fool around a little bit. Did you ever fool around with the bulls? And
I sure did, Vince. You know, it's funny that you talk about this because when I was about 9 years old, I used to have to sneak out of the house and didn't have any money. I had to sneak into the arenas and watch the bullfights. That's something that you know, was the heroes in Mexico are the matadors, the bullfighters, and you know, it's just like wrestling
that's
hero
sort
heroes.
The ultimate in machismo, isn't it, more or less?
It sure is. You know, it's #1. You know, it's like professional wrestlers are heroes here. Back then, the matadors were celebrated. They had big parades for the matadors, and something that I'll never forget. And I've always kept it in my mind.
I wonder what kind of matador. If you have an imagination, if you have a vivid sense of imagination, I wonder what kind of matador Lord Alfred Hayes would have made.
I don't think it'd be very good. You have to have some speed. You know, speed's very important.
Speed.
Speed.
I don't think Lord.
I'm very fast. Not on my feet, though.
Let's take you now to get you out of this, Alfred, to some footage involving Tito Santana. We'll join the match in progress. I believe it's Mr. X. Here we go to the tape. Mr. X behind him. Nice little switch there by Santana. To the ropes goes Mr. X. One way to break a hold. Got to watch those elbows come flying back.
He's a cagey character, this Mr. X. He's no slouch in there. He's quick and he knows all the tricks too. And full Nelson.
This is more of a defensive. Santana easily breaking it and now applying it. And when you're short like that, Bruno, I would think you wouldn't have quite as much leverage.
No, you wouldn't. And I thought when he applied the full Nelson, I thought he was going to use it to do something with it, like maybe take Santana down or come back and take him down in the match. But he just held, and he's not strong enough to do any serious damage to say make Santana quit or anything like that. So I really don't understand what Mr. X was trying to prove with that hold.
Santana to the rope, shorter block, and over goes Mr. X. To the rope again, over Mr. X. Right back at him now. Oh, put on the brakes. Nice one. What a hip toss. Arm drag takedown. Santana on top of Mr. X. That was a nicely executed series of maneuvers.
Well, that's Santana. He is quick. He is sharp. He's got perfect timing. And you see he read Mr. X, and he's quick. He stopped. He sensed that that X was going to pull a leapfrog because he kind of telegraphed it. And as a result, he took him down. And now Mr. X is caught in a pretty mean headlock.
Santana, you'll note, leaning into Mr. X. Now X trying to make a move. Looks like a rake in the face from our vantage point.
It's one way of getting out.
Sure is, and Mr. X really quite the aggressor now. Series of elbows to the back of the head. Santana blocks that, and X goes in. Santana reeling Mr. X to the buckle. So X is having his problems. I'm surprised here Tito, just moments ago, kind of backed off a little bit.
Yes, he did hesitate for a split second. Maybe sensed that X was doing something. I don't know. But, well, there again, he had him set up. He was ready to throw a right, and then he just kind of pulled back.
Capacity crowd enjoying the talents of one Tito Santana, notwithstanding those of Mr. X. Santana unloading now on X. Whips him to the ropes. Back body drop. Grabs the leg. Santana going for the figure for a leg lock. Locks it in. Sinks it way down, and it is over. Right. Nice maneuver. Figure for a leg lock. Alfred, have you ever seen a bullfight? Have you ever...
Yes, I have actually, but in Spain, not in Mexico.
Is there any difference at all in terms of the way the bulls are fought in Mexico and Spain?
No, there's no difference. You know, some rules have changed. The bullfights start at 4 in the afternoon, and they kill 6 bulls a night now. You know, and there's 3 different matadors.
Alfred kills a lot more than that, but a little different environment.
There's 3 matadors, and each matador gets 2 bulls, and it's very dangerous. There's a lot of I would say. 10% of the matadors get killed in the ring. You know, it's a very dangerous. I guess that's how come they put them in a pedestal. You know, because it's you risk your life every time you enter the arena.
You sure? Is there any way at all we can get Alfred down in there, or you know?
What about on one of those horses? I might be okay
I'd like to see that. I'd pay to see
Alfred. Something like that. Yes, a lot of people would pay to see that. Why don't you stay with us? To join us moments from now is going to be Leaping Lanny Poffo. Back with more TNT, and our next guest, I don't believe, has ever been in the bullfighting ring, but certainly he's had his share of experiences in the squared circle ring, the wrestling ring, if you would, and somewhat of a most unusual talent, and certainly not an individual with your talents, Tito, which are unusual and unique to you, but this man is most unique, the poet laureate, if you would, of the World Wrestling Federation. Would you welcome Leaping Lanny Poffo? All right, and everyone, you try and do as much of that as you possibly can. When you come to the ring every night, you throw out some of your poems, and
that's right. I like to. Everybody shouldn't be disappointed when they come to see the wrestling matches.
Very seldom are. If you're on the card, there's no doubt about that. You have a poem for us that you maybe brought for TNT?
That's right. I've got a few things lined up. But one thing that was concerning me was the Fuji and Muraco incident.
Yes.
Would you like to explain about that?
Well, they're attempting to be actors, and unfortunately for them, they're a little bit discouraged, I would think, now, because they've been turned down almost on every step.
Well, I have kind of made a eulogy for their career.
Really? Would very much like to hear that.
When an athlete's name becomes a household word through his endeavors, Hollywood producers beat a pathway to his door, using Captain Lou Albano and Hulk Hogan as examples, but Fuji and Muraco figured they could handle more. Muraco felt with his good looks he didn't need an agent. Hollywood's heroic hunks just wouldn't stand a chance. When they zoomed the camera in, he figured that was all he needed to fibulate the audience's senses with romance. As Steinbeck said, the best laid plans of mice and men will go awry. And Fuji General Hospital, he really laid an egg. Undaunted by his failures, he ventured after bigger roles, but his acting's like a pregnant ostrich with a wooden leg.
All right. We have another poem. This one is done from the ring, as you do every night before you wrestle. It's a little bit different. It involves Jimmy Hart. Let's go to the footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a poem from Lanny Poffo.
All right.
When I face the Hart Foundation, I always grab the mic and call these three palookas all the names that people like. Well, tonight's a different story. Jimmy Hart is such a mess, with lipstick on his collar and Adonis on his breath.
Whoa! Jimmy Hart is hot.
Oh, wow.
All right, in the ring now. Reanvil Jim Neidhart. Leaping Lanny Poffo takes a shot downstairs now. To the rope. Right back at him. Well, flying body press. Look at that. The anvil. Catching Poffo. No, misses with the elbow. Poffo with a drop kick. Oh, wow, look at that. And another one. Lipstick on his collar and Adonis on his breath. Whew. I don't think Jimmy Hart is going to be too forgiving for that one.
Well, when you weigh 145 pounds and you step into the squared circle and you try to manipulate other wrestlers, I think that anything that you can say would be fitting. Well, I'm not really worried about his any act of revenge he might try to get.
Not necessarily physically, but of course he has the Hart Foundation and so many other individuals that he can sort of sick on you.
That's right, they have the Hart Foundation, but nobody has a championship belt. I'm sitting right next to a man that has a lot of laurels, a lot of prestige, and some championship belts in his closet.
Mm-hmm.
If they're so great, where are their championship belts?
You may have one. As a matter of fact, Tito may have another in terms of should you win the portion of Best Personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video. And we hasten that you must get your vote in right away because the contest is coming to an end. Scheduled next, the Macho Man with Lovely Elizabeth. Stay with us for more TNT. Back with more TNT, if you can get a shot of this. There you go, Kerwin, great. In the magazine, there's a little article written about, actually about this lady. And that's not a very flattering picture of her because she is gorgeous. And the writers think perhaps the most unusual psychological weapon in the WWF today works to the benefit of Randy Macho Man Savage. It is the captivating beauty of his manager, Elizabeth. And perhaps she is somewhat of a psychological weapon. Would you agree with that, Alfred?
I would indeed. He definitely uses everything he can get from her, and a lot of it is psychological, obviously.
All right. You heard it from Alfred. Would you please welcome Randy Macho Man Savage and Elizabeth.
You want to shake my hand too? Let's get all the formalities out of the way. What kind of an excuse did you have talking to all the people all over the nation why the Macho Man is the #1 professional wrestler in the world today? Unbelievable. Nobody in the way of the Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, excuses is what it is. Yeah, psychological. Elizabeth on the outside. Elizabeth is a small part of Macho Madness, like a grain of sand in the Sahara Desert. 1/1,000,000th that size, yeah. Macho Madness is the big thing. And Stepping Stone Santana is only a stepping stone to the world title.
Pardon me, if we could just take you down to some footage on...
Digest that!
You certainly want to watch yourself on television, would you not?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's go to the tape.
Any attention, much less giving any adulation in the direction of Elizabeth. He thinks he deserves it all.
Well, when somebody does look at Elizabeth, it seems like he becomes, as far as the ring, look at this. Here's goes Stetson right outside, and here's the typical Macho Man move. Look at this.
Up on the top rope now. He'll leap right off, and he does.
How you like that, outside?
Maybe we can pick up what he's saying. Stetson head first to the apron. Macho Man on top of it, kicks him to the back of the head. Macho Man beats the count back in. Grabs a handful of hair now. Tony Stetson being hauled up. Macho sets him up, brings him in, suplex style.
How you like that?
Covered by the Macho Man.
Ain't doing it right now, baby.
Could have had a 3 count, I believe, on that occasion. Chose not to. Stetson over again, another cover. Another yank of the hair.
Well, they could have had him on both. After each suplex, he could have got a pin. But now the Macho Man, he's just punishing Stetson. That's all he's doing, because he could have pinned him on both times.
And a power slam by the Macho Man on Stetson. Going up to the top rope now, I believe. And he's going outside, yes. Now put a top rope. The Macho Man, what's he gonna do? A leap in, yes, the elbow right into the sternum. Oh no, he's not. You talk him. Oh, come on, ref.
Crying out loud. You know, Vince, that's where a disqualification would be very appropriate in a case like that.
What in the world does Elizabeth see in this man?
I don't know. That's a mystery there.
A leap in. Ooh. Another elbow. I think Stetson.
What'd you think of yourself? What'd you think of yourself?
I'll tell you what, I never cease to amaze myself, you know what I mean? You know, you get so good, and then...
I think Elizabeth is kind of amazing myself. Say, Elizabeth, what is that banner you have there? Elizabeth, could you stand up just for...
Wait a minute. I'll tell her to stand up.
Oh.
Elizabeth, stand up. Show your banner. Be proud.
Macho... See, that says... What does that say now?
Macho Madness, yeah. And, people...
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Have to take note of this word because it's running wild. Hulkamania is dead. The next time that Stepping Stone Santana sees the Macho Man in the ring, in the squared circle, eye to eye, looking into my baby blue eyes, yeah, he is gonna turn over that Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship belt to the Macho Man Randy Savage. And then I am gonna win the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and I'm gonna have a belt over this shoulder and one over this shoulder, and I'm not going swimming because I'd surely drowned, yeah. All that weight and all that gold, no problem at all. Mystified, Vince McMahon, aren't you? You've never had a superstar of this. Yeah, Lord Alfred Hayes, you know it too, don't you?
Well,
you're mesmerized yourself, aren't you?
Yeah. Stay with us. We'll be back with more of the Macho Man.
I'll stay with you all the way, baby.
All right, back with more TNT. In the, Mr. Savage, in the magazine, in the same article, there's a reference to wrestlers who can't seem to keep their eyes off of Elizabeth. Does that bother you in any way that that Elizabeth is, as far as the fans...
You see that magazine right there, yeah. Picture of Elizabeth, no picture of the Macho Man Randy Savage. That's very, very, very bad. Elizabeth, that's very bad.
Oh, come on now, please.
And then I look at the front cover. I look at the front cover and I see Hulk Hogan. No problem at all, baby. No problem at all. You see my T-shirt? In a lot of ways, everybody's gonna be saying a Hulk cool, Vince McMahon. Ain't that something? Hulk cool. Hulk cool.
Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth.
Right there.
Yeah. Miss Elizabeth?
Well, what's the problem here, brother? What are you doing, man?
I'm here to deliver these for Miss Elizabeth. From me. Don't know who they're from.
What is this, Vince McMahon, man? Tell me what's going on.
No. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Don't try to embarrass the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Duke the man? You want to take care of the guy?
I'll show you out, boy. Yeah.
Elizabeth, take...
Who was that guy?
What do you have there, Elizabeth? Alfred, why don't you help her get into those?
What are you saying?
No, I didn't mean it that way. Alfred? What do you...
Don't forget that a man in my position can't afford to look ridiculous, man. And when money lies, honor dies.
That was not... It looks like maybe flowers for Elizabeth, eh?
Roses.
Oh, look at those roses. Look how
Where's the
beautiful.
card? Let me find out who is in the danger zone right now. What do you mean, no card? Lord Alfred Hayes, where's the card?
The card
No, tell me right now. Don't be mumbling and fumbling right now. Just give me the card.
There's no card?
Tell me who's the guy that's in the danger zone right now.
I'll tell you what.
Why don't you have a look?
From where I sit, I think there's a... I think maybe there is a card in it, a calling card of some sorts. Let me take a look at those roses.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it over to you right now, and you got about 10 seconds to,
You know what that looks like to me?
What is it?
That looks like the stuffings from a turnbuckle. It's gotta be the... All right, back with more TNT, and unfortunately, I guess maybe George the Animal Steel made an impression. This has to be the animal.
That's his calling card, surely.
There is no doubt this has to be the animal.
Really?
And Alfred, you saw what happened on the Saturday Night Main Event, did you not? When Steel sort of
Yes, I did.
Was
when he was smitten.
He was
put it
smitten.
in your words, yes.
And I think a lot of wrestlers are.
I think they are. No, they are. Yeah.
And you were over there helping Elizabeth slip something.
You said some funny things there. That nearly got me into
happened,
trouble.
Alfred? What happened here? What happened to your pinky? It looks like it. What happened here? That's a little injury of some kind. Do you have any explanation for that?
I'd like to tell you. I'll tell you in secret.
You're going to keep us all in suspense? Is that bad? As usual, you get over with the audience. Next week on TNT, we'll have with us the Junkyard Dog, Terry Funk, along with Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart, Freddie Blassie, Hercules Orlandis, Scott McGee, Superfly Offie, and, of course, Lord Alfred Hayes.